No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Your show should be up, Ellen.
Good morning, welcome to every one of you. It's true, this door is open to you. And those of you that are in the building, I invite you to turn and wave at those who are joining us via live stream. And I want to give a special shout out this morning, this Father's Day, to someone who's an incredible father figure around here, and that's our very own Joe Wagner. Joe and Julie Wagner. All right, my name is Reverend Darlene Strickland. We always begin our time together in prayer this morning. I invite you to turn within as we open in prayer. We begin this day by entering into the awareness that there is truly one power, one presence, that which we call God. That each of us are an expression of the one, all that is. So today we open our hearts, our minds, our entire being to more fully experience what it is to live in the awareness of that connection in a way that gracefully connects us and gracefully grows us forward. For this time together, to bless, to be blessed, to celebrate, we're truly grateful. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. I want to invite up Reverend Gaby Michel, our Youth Ed Program Director, and Sarah Kohrs. They're going to join me, and we're going to ask you to stand as we open with some special music. This first song, I think you're all going to know it because it says, "Put a little love in your heart."
still going to last week? Is that something Christy has usually done?
So if you are a father, would you please stand today and let us acknowledge you. We want to say hold on, guys. You get a little workout today. Let's try it again. Get those knees, hands over knees, whatever. Let us bless these fathers. To these fathers and to all fathers, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the divinity in you. Thank you, fathers. I'm going to call up Cindy James, one of our prayer chaplains. She's going to be sharing a reading in honor of Father's Day. And Reverend Gaby is going to be sharing a song. But I wanted to announce two other special things. First of all, I also want to say that I'm so blessed to still have my father on this earth. And for those of us that still have our fathers, especially when you're starting, I told someone recently, now that you're over the hill, life gets faster. And if you're one of those have your father or your mother on this planet, that's a very, very special blessing. So we really do take time to acknowledge what a gift it is. Today, after the service, we will be celebrating as a continuation of the service our very own Reverend Christy Corna. Would you please stand there, Christy? Today she'll be speaking today, and I'll share a little bit more about her. But today is her last day working in full-time church ministry. She's retiring from full-time church ministry, and so we're so blessed to have had her here for the past 8 years. There's going to be a celebration afterward with the church had something planned, and then Christy's family got involved and totally elevated it. So, if you know what that looks like. So the church and Reverend Christy's family have some refreshments and some decorations out on the patio. There's also a place, a basket where you can write a card and leave that for her or a note. And I know personally when I went on sabbatical and I received some of those for just that 3 months, it was so precious. And so I encourage you to take a moment to do that. The second thing I want to let you know is that the Reverend David Balt is a great speaker, singer, teacher. If you don't know anything about him, Angela just yelled yes. So apparently she knows a lot about him. But he's going to be here next Sunday. He's from the Centers for Spiritual Living. He's just a wonderful speaker, teacher. I invite you to come out and hear him speak, and then he'll have an opportunity for a workshop later in the day. So we truly want to thank you for being here and being part of this. I'd like to introduce Cindy as she shares the inspirational reading today. Thank you. It's
These words are from a previous daily word, and if you'd like, you can take them as your own. I bless all fathers with thoughts of gratitude. I'm grateful for fathers, grandfathers, stepfathers, and father figures who care for others. I pray they are called always to follow their guidance, to express divine love. I envision their hearts and minds opening to receive blessings of strength, patience, and tenderness. I see them supported in all they are called upon to do and comforted during their struggles. I pray also for children, young and old, as they remember their fathers. May cherished memories bring smiles and warmth, and may the love remain alive forever in their hearts. And for all those on a healing or forgiveness journey, I pray that divine love leads and comforts them on a path towards lasting peace. May the peace and love of God fill their hearts today and always. And I'll end with some words from one of my favorite father figures. This would be Mr. Rogers. He said, I believe that appreciation is a holy thing, that when we look for what's best in a person we happen to be with in the moment, we're doing what God does all the time. So in loving and appreciating our neighbor, we are participating in something sacred. Thank you, Cindy.
I want to learn what life is for. I don't want much, I just want more. Ask what I want and I will sing. I want everything, everything. I'd cure the cold and the traffic jam. If there were floods, I'd give a damn. I'd never sleep, I'd only sing. Let me do everything, everything. I'd like to plan a city and play the cello.
you give it up for this amazing band, our percussion section. Reverend Christy, would you come on up here?
Say it. Reverend Darlene has a box.
We got two parts. So when I began as minister here, I'm now in my 9th year. And she'll tell the story a little bit. But I don't even remember how many months, but within 9 months or so after I started, 9 months to a year after I started, Reverend Christy joined because I kept asking her, because I was guided to keep asking her. So 5.5 months, less than 6 months, she joined. And she really has been a friend, a colleague. I was thinking about that this week, and I'm like, who else have you been through a plague with, you know? all the things that we've done. And it means so much to have someone that you can trust. And when I came to this ministry, it began growing very quickly. And she first came as our church office administrator. But after a church exceeds about 150 people, you need someone else to take care of pastoral care, because one person can't be over everything, and the Sundays can't do that. And so we're so honored when Reverend Christy stepped up, and she has been leading our prayer chaplain program. She has been the presence of pastoral care in our community, but more than that, she's been a great, great friend. I have to tell, because I don't want you to cry, I'll try to make you laugh. Back when COVID was happening, many of you remember that church just ended as we knew it, but yet we kept creating Sunday services. Just 3 or 4 of us would come on Sundays and create a service because we were live streaming only. We had pictures here, and occasionally we would have inclement weather. So there was one particular week and there was snow in the forecast for Sunday. So the few of us came down and we pre-recorded on Saturday in case it snowed. So we had already recorded Saturday. We didn't have to be here on Sunday, but it didn't snow on Sunday. But about 5 minutes before we went live, this little impish spirit came over me. We were all at home, didn't need to be here. But I sent a text to Reverend Christy on that Sunday and said, hey, we're all at church, we're going live in 5 minutes, where are you? I heard she sprang out of bed like a drunk cat.
A drunk cat sailor, because I was swearing too.
And then just because I wanted to continue the fun, I did the same thing to our live stream person, Donna Bricky. I said, hey, we're all at church, we're starting in 5 minutes, where are you? The two of them promised me payback, so thank God it wasn't too bad. But people that you can laugh with, pray with, and know they've got your back. Reverend Christy, that's you. I know that you're retiring. She's having a birthday this week and will be retiring from full-time church ministry, stepping into, I call it not retiring, but retreading into what her ministry is going to look like. So I personally picked this out from you from a Gullah woman in South Carolina who made this by hand. And it just, to me, it symbolizes you and your next phase of ministry. Because Christy, what I know about you is whether you're with pets or people, whether you're praying or pleading, whatever you're doing, that you're here to be of divine service. And so I want to thank you for all you've done for us, for me, and what you will do as you recalibrate and figure out how you want to spend your next time in ministry. And so it's my honor to have you share with us today. Would you please show her your love?
So I'm going to try to do this without crying. Yeah, why? You're right. So, yeah. And I tend to be a person that actually pushes through the tears, so I'll talk and cry at the same time, so just bear with me with that. So, first, thank you, Reverend Darlene, for the opportunity to serve, and this community to hold that sacred container for each of you. Here they come. That's been my honor. It's been my absolute honor. And you're right, the way that ministry rolls is, you know, if Reverend Morgan was here, I was going to say, you really don't ever truly retire, right? You know, you move into something new. And that's what's happening. And I think the most important thing is to do it gracefully. I believe that there is a grace that carries each and every one of us, and if we are aware of that, things tend to flow a lot smoother. And Reverend Darlene said, I'll share a little about how I came here. I had served in a church community, and I've kind of done everything from walking dogs to delivering mail and all kinds of stuff. And but I served at a spiritual community and for many, many years. And the same thing that is happening now happened then. It was time for something new. You know when you get that little nudge, that little inner calling, right? And so I took a deep breath and I jumped. I took that leap of faith and took a little time off, and then thank you to so many people here that brought me in to speak the last Sunday before Reverend Darlene was coming to begin as senior minister here. And I spoke. That was the last Sunday in December of 2014, and then Reverend Darlene came the next Sunday. And after I spoke, I had several people come up to me and say, please come back next week. I think you're going to absolutely love Rev Darlene. Your energies are so similar, and I think you're just going to really click. So I said, okay. So I came and really enjoyed being in this space, because if you take a moment right now, you can feel it. Just feel the heart space. Right? So it had come to a point in my journey where I was just feeding that heart space. And I kept showing up, and Reverend Darlene kept saying, she said to me, so our office administrator is leaving. She's moving out of state, and we would love to have you here. And I was like, no. I was still in my mind and heart on some sort of sabbatical. I'm not aware that ministry never ends, no matter how you serve. And she would just tap my shoulder and go, okay, when you're ready. And the first time she did that, I just kind of swung my head around and went, oh no. And then she said it again, she said it again. And yeah, I believe it was because I began full-time in June as the office administrator. So it was, 6 months. And here I was, being of service. Because she was able to see that in me. She was able to gracefully allow me the space to be ready, right? That sense of readiness. And just saw in me my greater yet to be, which started then an 8-year journey here in service to this community. And you know, I've always said that you put the you in unity, and you have fed my heart and soul, and what an honor. What an honor. So my talk today, I'm like hardly looking at my notes because it's all in here, right? You know when you know that you know. And so this idea of growing forward gracefully. We are all, as I said, carried by grace at some level. If you think back on your life, right, you have gone through so many changes. And some might have seemed unbearable, some might have been, what the heck? Some might have been, woohoo, I'm going for it. But so many changes, and we're all still here. And we're all fine. And I believe what fuels that and feeds that and sustains that is grace. And so what is helpful for me is to have some tools in my pocket. And so I use acronyms a lot. And so today I offer you the acronym of GRACE. So the G in GRACE is really for me about growth. And it's about gratitude. Because when we are aware of all the miracles in our life, when we are aware of the perfection of our life, when we are aware of the divine presence as ourselves, we automatically move into this sense of awe. And this sense of awe for me is gratitude. I can be thankful. If I live in a thankfulness state of mind, then everything opens up. You know, and I know that to be true not only for me, but for everybody that I've journeyed with so far. And so that tends to lead toward growth. You know, and growth in itself is a wonderful thing. And what I've learned, my wisdom, as I'm getting ready to turn another 60 magical number, is that you don't have to have growing pains. You know, Terry Crosby reminded me, you know, it's one thing to make a big change in your life if things aren't going well. And it's quite another when you're consciously doing it because you feel pulled and called to what's next. You know, and even if you don't know what that change can be for you, knowing and being aware of the inner growth within you, that spiritual divinity, that awareness, grace will carry you through. So the G is for gratitude and then growth. Then the R, so I'm not looking at my notes. So the R is my favorite part, that's readiness, right? Can happen like that. It can happen over a 6-month period of time before you go, okay, and you stop resisting. So there's a sense of readiness, and when you stay in that state of gratitude and allow your spirit to grow and evolve, because each one of us is a divine presence expressing, and all spirit ever wants to do is continue to grow and evolve through us, as us, and uplift the consciousness within ourselves and the planet. And so being aware of gratitude and allowing yourself to grow, you move into this state of readiness. And the state of readiness, like I said, can happen, you know, in an instant. It can happen over a period of time. But regardless, I know for myself, if I stay tuned into that divine presence, that grace is always present. I know that I have everything within myself to take care of what I need, what's before me, even if I can't see it. Wasn't it Martin Luther King that said, you know, just take one step, even if you can't see the whole staircase? Somebody famous said that. So I'm just reading. You know, and that's what it's like. And when you come to a point of readiness, there is an opening, there is a quickening. And we have to release. There's another R. We have to release, we have to let go of what was in order to create the space of what's new and what's next. I'm at that place. It's very surreal for me to even be doing this. Because, you know, one R that I'm not fond of is resisting, right? So I've been resisting a lot in my life, but what I've learned is that remaining in gratitude, preparing for that state of readiness, letting go of what no longer is yours to do, and having the courage to take another step forward. That's where the magic is. That's where the magic is for me. And so the A is action. You know, action can be very subtle. It can be a thought. It could be a thought that you entertain. It could be a new focus. It could be a new sense of direction. It could be moving across the country, which I am not doing, by the way. It could be so many things, but this action, I believe, is pertinent for each and every one of us to maintain that level of self-awareness. And I'm talking about your big S self. Don't say that too fast. Your big S self. If you're aware of your divinity, if you're aware of the perfection of spirit in and through and as you, if you're engaged in spiritual community, then you see reflected back to you the potential and the possibility. And Reverend Darlene speaks of that all the time. The potential and the possibility within us is endless, limitless, and it is forever evolving. And so it's necessary to take action. And that sometimes takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of clarity, but then we do it. And with each little step that we take, with each choice that we make, our life begins to shift. And as we're moving through the changes, it's, what do they say, hindsight is 20/20? Or 20/20 is hindsight? I don't know. But when you look back, that's when you see that you've been carried all along. That's when you see that life is fluid, it's forever moving, carrying us to new people, new situations, new experiences, always in the quest to dive deeper into awareness of our divinity, to expand the experience and the expression of love. So life is fluid, but that fluidity also calls for action. And it doesn't have to be a big step. So I have taken some action. And I know that I'm carried by grace. And so the C for me is commitment. Early in the 1980s, I was in a motorcycle accident and I had a near-death experience. Ever since then, I really dove deep into the spiritual aspect of consciousness and life, and tuning into my own divinity and spirit, and how it really resonated to me to express that divinity, to experience that divinity. So I kind of dabble in all kinds of world religions because they all have the same message. It's to love, is that anything is possible, that in the midst, spirit is presence. However you tend to look at this idea of spirit, call it God, call it life with a capital L. Always in the midst. Always in the unseen, always in the seen. Whether it makes sense to us or not. And so being committed to that spiritual path has brought me to so many amazing experiences. Some that really stunk, but you know, I grew through that, right? Because we've all had them too, the yuckies in life. But I've grown through it all. And so staying committed to that divinity within, staying committed and clear in knowing that God's got this. Staying committed and clear in knowing that God's got you makes everything okay. It brings a sense of harmony, it brings a sense of connection, it brings a sense of balance and harmony, yes. It brings a greater sense of love and excitement in moving forward. Because change is good and change is healthy. All life is fluid. If you just look at the 4 seasons, right? Nature knows what it's doing. I've got to trust that there is something within me. I trust absolutely that there is something in each of you that is carrying you forward to your greater yet to be. Wherever that may take you. And so staying committed with courage, with faith, and with clarity of knowing that I am creating this space for my what's next. And as we said, ministry really never ends. So, oh God, this is beautiful. Is there a squirrel? And so the E is for expression. Because as you go through these changes and you allow that infinite presence of grace to uplift and carry you through to what's next, to every moment, see every moment is a holy moment. So you are divinely on purpose in every moment. And so when you are not resisting that, when you are allowing that grace to carry you through, you come to express yourself in a new way. There's a newness. Behold, I make everything new. There's a newness in every moment. We have the opportunity to bring ourselves in a new way to life every day. Our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our relationship to the divine, the communities that we are a part of and that we serve. All that we do is divinely on purpose. And so we express ourselves in a new way. And I think the most authentic way that anybody can express themselves
is to really tap into that divinity. Because when we are aware of where we've come, how far we've come, and the journey itself, what a miracle it is, it can't help but expand and bring more awe and excitement into your life. And the other part of the E is enthusiasm, because after 60 some odd years, the wisdom that I've learned, and this has probably been the most challenging lesson about myself, tell me if you can relate, is resistance. It's holding myself back. It's self-criticism. It's those old lies that I used to tell myself, or that I thought others were telling me, that I'm not good enough, or that I'm wrong somehow. Anybody relate? Okay, good. Good. Otherwise, never mind. You know, so learning to overcome that and not resist and not turn to old defaults, to really open up and experience and express myself in a new way, to allow the infinite wisdom of the divine to bring the gifts to me. And what has been my greatest gift in the last 8 years is serving this community. The pastoral care, the plague, if you will, going through that whole experience and maintaining connection and finding new ways to stay connected and to love in a way when we couldn't physically be together was just phenomenal. The possibilities just started opening up, and we all jumped in to support and uplift this community. And, you know, I want to thank mostly the opportunity to serve. I want to thank each and every one of you. You know, some are new, some may not have known my journey. You know, you came here and there I was running around, and it's so much. It's an honor to serve the community. It's an honor to support and uplift and be present in support of the senior minister. And, you know, this community is strong. This community and the changes that are now happening, you gotta know grace is present. So the changes that are happening, everybody's fine. We're all fine, you know, and so we come together a little bit closer, right? We connect a little bit more deeply. We find new ways to serve and engage, and that helps carry us through the changes. So all is well. Just always remember that. When life gives you a big question mark, just remind yourself that all is well. And, you know, I was thinking about ministry too. Anybody that knows me knows that I love music, and I was thinking about Hotel California. You know, ministry is much like that. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. So how I show up in the future doing my ministry, well, that's between me and God. You know what I mean? You know, and I just want to thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Reverend Darlene. I have my ministerial colleague, I guess I can say badass from the stage, right? And she and I, we went through ministerial school together. We did all the traveling together. We graduated together. We got our master's degree together. And for years, we were just buds. And she came all the way out here from Silva area to support me in this, because we've supported each other in our ministries and our what's next and our greater yet to be. So thank you for that. Thank you for all those that have called me here. Thank you thank you to Deb. Thank you to Deb. She obviously doesn't like acknowledgement because she's leaving the room. But anyways, I know that not to be true, by the way. She has been an amazing support. And even when I came to her and I sat her down and said, it's time. Oh, God. And this guy.
He came to work with her every day.
So this is the office mascot, one of them, because Reverend Marty, and thank you, Reverend Marty. She's monitoring the live stream, so thank you. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to work with you as well. So my colleagues here are amazing, amazing team you've got supporting you still. And this little guy came to work with me every day. I said to Reverend Darlene, I said, there's one deal breaker. My little guy's been coming to work with me since he was, about 4 inches long, 5 inches long. She said, no problem. He actually looks just like the dog of the woman you're replacing, and she brought him every day, too. So he's gotten older. He's gotten some visual challenges, yet, all the things that come with age. And he's, let me just say, he's aging gracefully. So Kai wants to say thank you for the love and the support, and for the many times folks have even come in the office and done Reiki on him, and just offered hugs and kisses, and he's my little support guy. So apparently he got all dressed up. So thank you.
He's quitting your thing.
We're quite attached. And so again, it's an honor. Change is healthy, change is good, all is well. You're in good hands here. You're in good hands because you're loving and supporting one another, because that is what community is about. Remember, you put the U in unity. And you've got great leadership here. And I'm excited. You see, I was sobbing earlier today, and now I'm excited because something's calling me. There's a song by Jamie Lula that says, something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. And I trust that. I trust that divine whisper. And I know that there is a grace that carries each and every one of us forward, that allows this community to continue to thrive, and carries me to my next greater yet to be. So I just, I'm going to take a moment, and I want to anchor this in a little bit of a meditation. And then you'll hear me talk more, because I'm a talker. And so I invite you to close your eyes, if that works for you. And take a breath. And in that breath, center yourself in the awareness that right here and right now, amidst change, amidst sitting together in connection, whether in the room or online, God is. You see, bidden or unbidden, God is present. And so with the awareness of that, allow light and love to simply start rising up from the groundedness of your being and fill your body, your mind, and continue to expand, allowing that to pour out into this room or whatever room you're in. See that love and light going out beyond and beyond the beyond. That is our divinity. That flow that you feel is grace. And so with gratitude, we give thanks for this moment and this opportunity to be together. And with a sense of readiness, we open to what's new and what's next. And then we take simple action, kind, loving, gentle action that continues to lead us forward gracefully in our growth. And we stay committed to our spiritual development. We stay committed to love and light and peace in this community, all over the planet and beyond. And we open up to the infinite wisdom of Spirit to allow itself to express in new, wonderful ways in each of us. We are each a gift. We are each on divine purpose, and all is in divine order. And we do this with enthusiasm, zest, and zeal. For enthusiasm, the root of that is in theos, in God. So in the awareness of Spirit as us, all around us, we open up to the possibilities. We embrace lovingly all the changes in our lives. And we allow ourselves to grow forward gracefully. And so we give thanks. And we bring our awareness back into this room, bringing all that love and that light, that gratitude and possibility with us. And as we open our eyes and we take a look around, we can't help but be in love with one another. That is our essence. That is our gift to share and receive. So thank you, everyone. Oh, here they come. For the opportunity to serve. For seeing me for who I am. Thank you to this amazing band that I've been rocking out with for 8 years. Thank you to our amazing leadership, my colleagues, my partner, my family. You know, that's all I ever wanted was a family. Now I have a huge New York Italian family. And I'm so grateful. And this will be one of my most memorable birthdays for sure. Thank you. I love you. We'll see what's next. You'll see me down the road because, like I said, I'll be showing up in a new way. So thank you.
It's beautiful.
A little lopsided.
Join, if you would remain standing, we're going to sing this song. You talked about gratitude. Sarah, give us that song. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me, and I'm so thankful, so grateful, I'm 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 so grateful, Let us extend that blessing one more time to Rev Christy that says, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. To Reverend Christy, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. Now, let's everybody agree, if she shows up, when she shows up next, we're not going to say, it's too hot, will you go adjust the air conditioner? We're not going to say, I need this sheet music copy. I'll try not to say that, I promise. we know that you're showing up in receivership from here on out. We make that vow together. Amen. Reverend Christy, we thank you so much. Thank you so much. You may be seated. I want to invite our prayer chaplain to come forward today. Tom is coming forward, and our ushers. As our ushers come forward, this is the opportunity where not only do we have our prayer practice, we have our generosity practice. Unity is founded in prayer, and so over in this section there's a beautiful tapestry, and underneath there's this wooden box that Tom is holding. You can submit your prayer request anytime. They're held in confidence. We pray for them here, but we also send them to Silent Unity. Tom and some of our prayer chaplains are available after the Sunday service every week to pray with you. I always encourage people to pray before it's come to, oh Lord, please help. Have a prayer of celebration, of gratitude. Exercise that opportunity to join in with someone. And then our ushers are here today to remind us that we are the stewards, that it is through our support, our tithe, our volunteering that this all happens. And so we take this opportunity to bless our gifts and to bless every giver, and we affirm this together, this affirmation that says, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. I am now in perfect balance and flow with the universal tides of giving and receiving. Thank you, God, and so it is. Enjoy this song by Sarah, and then we've got one more send-off for Rev Christy.
Started out as a feeling, which then grew into a hope, which then turned into a quiet thought, which then turned into a quiet word. Then that word grew louder and louder till it was a battle cry. I'll come back when you call me. No need to say goodbye. I'll come back when you call me. No need to say goodbye. Just because everything's changing doesn't mean it's never been this way before. All you can do is try to know who your friends are as you head out to the war. Pick a star on the dark horizon and follow the light. You'll come back when it's over. No need to say goodbye. You'll come back when it's over. No need to say goodbye. because they can feel it too doesn't mean that you have to forget. Let your memories grow stronger and stronger till they're before your eyes. I'll come back when you call me. No need to say goodbye. I'll come back when you call me. No need to say goodbye.
Sarah Kohrs.
Thank you.
Sarah, that was beautiful. Aren't we blessed to have her as a growing part of our music team? We're so blessed to have you, Sarah. Thank you so much. As our prayer chaplains are coming forward, and our board president, Kat Williams, asked me to extend her best wishes today, and she was anticipating to be here, but she got invited to the Emmys, and so she was in Atlanta celebrating the Emmys last night. So she sends her love from one of those fun things that she gets to do. So I wanted to pass that along for her. So as part of Reverend Christy working as our associate minister with pastoral care, she worked very closely with our prayer chaplains, and so they have something to share with her today.
Thank you, Reverend Darlene. My name is Michael, and I join with the prayer chaplain team, Barbara Ann, Tom, Cindy, and Diane, who couldn't make it today, in offering a token of our appreciation to the wonderful Christy. We so appreciate all that you've done for the prayer chaplain team. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your guidance. And most of all, we appreciate your inspiration. Thank you so much.
And then to Bobby Flowers, O&B, I need to put out a correction. Last Sunday, I got so excited in talking about how our church is really an interfaith community right here, and I just shouted out, our board president is a proud Baptist, and I meant to say our board president's husband. There's a little difference there. Bobby texted me after the service and said, "Are you okay?"
I thought she was really losing it because she knew that it wasn't, but anyway. We're here today because of Reverend Christy. We love her so much, and as a board, when Reverend Darlene was on sabbatical, you and I talked a lot, and I was so very grateful that you were there, and so for that, I want to thank you. I know I speak for the board that at some time or another, each and every one of us have come to you with questions, and you've always had the answers, and we love you and we appreciate you so much. We look forward to seeing what comes in your future, but you will be deeply missed. Just know that you're missed and loved. In appreciation for all of us on the board, we have a little gift for you, and we just want to say we love you.
So as Sarah just sang, we're not going to say goodbye anymore. It's until. And many of you have already asked me, oh my God, what's next? Well, we'll tell you soon, but I can tell you, as Rev Christy can attest to, when she first set this in motion, we're like, oh my God, what is that going to mean? And that was 4 weeks ago, and it has been quite miraculous. Nothing less than a miracle is what has already lined up. So look forward to some beautiful things unfolding here, and that will truly allow her to take the time that she wants to take. So again, I invite you after the service, if you'll head out, there's tables set up, there's lots of wonderful refreshments. Again, thanks primarily to Deb Vatiri. Her family just took this and elevated it to an incredible level. Yeah. There are a couple of things this week, too, to remember. Joey Dukes is going to be having is it this week or next week, Joey? Next week, so never mind. We'll tell you about it next week. So let's stand and sing the closing song, the peace song. Come on, Rev Christy. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with God's love in our heart. Let Let there be peace on earth and let it begin